Hello, my friends. Meet me on your mat in hero pose. So you're sitting on top of your heels, and I want you to just take your left arm and extend it straight out, and flipping your fingertips up to the ceiling, and using your right hand, pull those fingertips back towards your face, getting a good stretch through your fingers. And take it to the other side and do the same thing with your right hand, flipping your fingers towards your face, getting a good stretch in the fingers, and pulling that hand back. And after you're done, shake your hands out, shake your wrists, rotate the wrists, get good mobility and flexibility in the hands and fingers and wrists. We're going to go ahead and take it down to extended child's pose. So knees are apart, feet are touching, hands are extended straight out in front of you, forehead comes down to the earth, and breathe. Go ahead and tap into the breath. Start the good habit now so you can take it with you through the whole practice. It's not a long practice, about 18 minutes. But during some of the poses, you may want to give up. So it's very important you remember to breathe. Now go ahead and meet me in cat-cow. We're going to first we're going to lower our belly down and look up, and then we're going to arch our back and look down. Going back and forth, getting a really good stretch through the spine, rotating those arms out as you come into cow pose, and then rotating them in as you come into cat pose, and keeping that belly button with a lot of integrity in and up. And then come to a neutral spine and meet me back in a downward facing dog. Find any movements you want to take here. Maybe you shake your head a little loose, you pedal through the feet. Notice where your body is calling to you today. And breathe. Big inhale brings breath all the way in through the nose, down the throat, into your abdomen, and exhale. And go ahead and take it to a walk to the front of your mat and meet me in a forward fold. Micro bend in the knees, allowing all the weight to just melt off of your neck and your head onto the floor. Relax. Meet me in a halfway pose. Hands come up to the thighs, still keeping a micro bend in the knees. Lots of integrity in the spine. You look like the number 7. Hold and breathe and release down to the floor. Shaking it loose, relax and breathe and forward fold. Big inhale. Exhale, letting it go. Meet me in mountain pose. So hands come all the way up overhead, and then you're going to bring the hands right down to your heart center. And let's do it again. Hands come up and overhead. Mountain pose, standing tall. Maybe you let your head hang backward a little bit, getting a good opening through the throat. And then meet me in Namaste, hands at heart center. Breathing. I want you to imagine like the air coming in and then cycling through and coming back up and out. You're bringing in new fresh air and you're pushing out the old air. Meet me again in mountain pose, hands up and overhead. Deep breath in. Standing tall, belly button in and up. And release down to forward fold. Breathe. Meet me in a halfway lift. Hands come up to the thighs. Integrity in the spine, belly button in and out. In and up, excuse me. And this simple pose right here is very good for the lower abdomen. Repeating this a lot, like every day, several times, will really help you get that belly button or that lower abdomen to come up. Go ahead and take your feet back and meet me in a plank pose, tall plank. Your arms are extended down into your wrists. And then see if you can lower halfway. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, push yourself to an upward facing dog. Opening through the throat. What are you going to say today? And then pushing it back into a downward dog. Pedal through the feet. Take a deep breath in. Deep exhale out. Just being in downward dog. And find your way back to the top of the mat. Maybe you hop, maybe you walk. And meet me in forward fold again. And then another halfway lift. Deep breath in. And exhale, forward fold. And meet me in mountain pose. Slow rise, hands meet overhead. Hands come down to heart center, namaste. And again, hands come up tall, overhead, and then slice it on down into your forward fold. Halfway lift, belly button in and upward. Release back down to forward fold and meet me back in plank to upward facing dog. Push it back to downward dog. Pedal through your legs and feet. And we're going to meet back at the top of the mat, however you want to get there. I'm going to do a hop. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And now we're going to do chair. So sit that tushy back like you're about to sit down in a chair. And for easier stability, you can just put your arms right out in front of you for a little opposition. Or if it's in you, take those hands upward. And we're just breathing. And go ahead and take your arms now back to airplane arms behind you. Breathing. Belly button in and up. And see if you can lift onto your tippy toes. The heels come up off the ground. Not your tippy toes per se, but the front balls of your feet and your toes. Go ahead and release. Come back to namaste at heart center. Breathe. Notice what it feels like to be in this position after a chair pose. And now go ahead and release that and relax down into forward fold. Halfway lift. And take your left leg and shoot it up. So you're standing on your right leg only. The left heel comes up towards the sky. Belly button is in and up, lots of integrity. And go ahead and lower that left foot backward and meet me in a lunge. Hands come up and overhead. And go ahead and bring the foot in a little closer. Crescent lunge. Big breath. You were tall, you were proud, you were strong. Take cactus arms, bending the elbows and opening up. And go ahead and release back to namaste at heart center. Go ahead and open it up into Warrior 2 now. Arms come out to your sides. And right here, something interesting happens. My power goes out, which I'm thinking, wait, did I pay the bill? Because sometimes I do forget things. And I remember, yes, I did pay the bill. So interesting enough, but instead of stopping my practice, I decide to continue. So let's take that right arm up and overhead, looking up to our arm. That left arm is just hanging loose behind the left leg, keeping the bend in the right knee. The reverse warrior. And go ahead and release, framing your right foot and bringing your left foot to meet it at the front of the top of the mat in a forward fold, and then back to your halfway lift. And so next side, we're going to take the right foot out, right heel goes up towards the sky, getting a good stretch here, and then release the foot down, coming into a lunge. Hands come up high, crescent lunge. Deep breath in and up on the belly button. Lots of integrity. You are engaged. Letting all the worries of the world just go away. I'm not thinking about my power being out right now. I'm just thinking about my practice. And cactus arms. Adversity comes to us and it asks us for attention, but we don't always have to give it the attention it's asking for, right? We can carry on with our mission. Hands at heart space, namaste. And meeting me back in a Warrior 2 pose. Left knee is bent, straight through the right leg. T-pose with the arms. Deep breath in. Deep exhale out. And take the left arm up and overhead now, looking up. Getting a very good stretch in the left side body. Bending in that knee. Relaxing and releasing in the right shoulder. Go ahead and cartwheel it back to frame your left foot. Bring the right foot in, forward fold. Halfway lift. Big breath in, exhale, forward fold again. Chair pose again, my friend. You thought we were done, not yet. Go ahead and take your arms into airplane arms. And then back at heart space, namaste. And release it back to a forward fold. Halfway lift. We're going to take that left foot back up and out. Meet me back in a lunge. Hands come up over, bending in the right knee. Cactus arms. Hands come to heart space, namaste. And then back to Warrior 2, bending through the right knee. Right arm comes up and overhead, looking up to the sky. Framing the right foot. And then bringing the left foot back up to meet it, forward fold. And we're going to go to swift on over to the other side. The right heel comes up to the sky. Release it down into your lunge. Meet me in crescent lunge. Arms come up and overhead. Cactus arms. And then bring it to heart space, namaste. Open it up to Warrior 2. Bending through the left knee. The left arm comes up overhead. Really good stretch here. And then cartwheel it back down, framing your left foot. Bring your right foot up, forward fold, halfway lift. Deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Shake it loose. You're doing a great job. Even if you don't think you are, if you're still moving, you're doing a great job. Go ahead and sit the bum back on the mat. Yes, hallelujah. We're getting close to the end. Knees come in. Hug yourself tight. Put those arms around those knees. Hug them to the chest. And just give yourself a slow rock back and forth. Breathing. We did some powerful poses today. I'm proud of you. And hopefully you set a little mantra for yourself. You think, something strong about yourself. Mine that I kept saying over and over is I love you. And I even take it a step further and use my own name. I love you, Kristen. So why don't you try that using your own name? And then let the knees fall over to the left. Take the arms out, T-pose, and look towards your right arm. And exhale, release into the pose here. And then bringing the knees back to center, letting them fall to the right as you look past your left arm. Breathing. Great work. And you'll be happy to know shortly after this practice, I called my energy provider and they said there was just a little outage in the area and it was restored shortly after this video. Go ahead and take it into Shavasana, completely relaxing, breathing. Never stop breathing. Breath is life. Water is also life, so I hope you're drinking plenty of water in your day-to-day. Take your time, release your thoughts. Maybe you just kind of take your head side to side, looking to the left, back to center, and then to the right, slowly, no rushing. And I'm going to take my hands to my third eye, my thumbs to my third eye, and Namaste pose. The light in me sees the light in you. Let it shine, my friends. And that's it. We're done. Maybe you want to take a little last minute movement. I'm going to do a little rock and roll here to get myself up and going. So I cross my ankles and then I grab onto my feet and then I rock the legs all the way back behind me and then all the way forward. It's kind of fun and it's a really good stretch for the back of your legs. And then pull yourself up to a seated position. Namaste.